Hello, everybody. We are super excited to bring you this exclusive drone footage preview of the temporary course here at Snake River Landing in Idaho Falls. I'm Blanchard. I am the tournament director for the preview at Snake River Landing, and that's going to be here in 2 weeks on August 29th.
I'm Cooper Siebers. I'm the tournament director of the 2020 King of Idaho Falls. That is scheduled to take place in September 25th through the 27th.
We're super excited. Snake River Landing is a gorgeous piece of property. Ball Ventures really stepped up in allowing us to use this property to run these events, and we're super excited. So let's get started with the holes. Hole 1 is a 531-foot par 4. To start off, there's not really much in the way, so the first shot is really going to be a position shot. Pull out your big driver and put yourself in the best position to be able to approach this green, because the green is going to be the real tricky part. You'll be able to see the basket coming up in between this pine tree and the willow tree, and about 15 feet behind it you have the water, which is the only out of bounds on that hole.
Hole number 2 is a 353-foot par 3. This shot is a little scary as we go above the entire water feature here. That is the only way to carry all the way over to the basket. However, you can lay up into the green on the left, as you can see there, and approach the basket that way for your par. There is OB. There is a metal ridge line between the grass and the gravel. That is the OB line on this hole. And the path on this hole is in bounds.
Hole 3 is a 725-foot par 4. Now, the trickiest part about this hole is coming up, as you can see, kind of in the middle of the screen, you have the telephone pole. That is going to act as a Mando left. So if you really want to attack this hole for a 3, you're going to want to land as far up the fairway and left as possible to be able to make this virtually 90-degree turn to make it to the basket that's right there. The only out of bounds on this hole will be road and beyond.
Hole 4 here is a 381-foot par 3. This is a downhill shot, so it plays significantly less than that. You're just going to throw a forehand, a straight shot, or a hyzer, whatever you're comfortable with, at this basket. You're going to have the path be in bounds, and you're going to have water behind that is out of bounds. The basket position might be tweaked slightly closer to the willows in tournament just to create a better putting green.
It's going to be a sweet hole. I really like that hole. All right, hole 5, 309-foot par 3. In my opinion, probably one of the must-get birdies on this course. It goes a little bit uphill, so it plays a little further than 309 feet. But you can attack this hole anyway. You can go straight at it, throw a hyzer at it, forehand, backhand, whatever you would like to do. Whatever will get you there. Path is in bounds. Road and beyond is the out of bounds on that hole.
We're back to another scary hole as we approach the peninsula shot. This is a 380-foot downhill par 3. The path that is in front of you that we're about to fly over, that path is in bounds, and you are trying to land on this island peninsula green up here. Now, off to the left, there is more path and a bridge. If you were to go deep of that path, then you are out of bounds. There's another tee pad there, which we'll see in a second. But your goal is to land here and hopefully get a birdie, but I think most importantly, save a par and not take a penalty stroke.
And here's another look at that peninsula. It's not very big, so tough to hit from 380 feet. Hole 7, 385-foot par 3 that plays up this creek. Absolutely a beautiful hole. You're going to want to throw... I don't even know, honestly. I like to go with something that is a little straight, kind of play that left side of the fairway, something that turns over a little bit. Road and beyond is going to be out of bounds. The gravel is going to play as casual relief, but awesome hole, and it'll be a tough birdie to get.
Hole 8 here is a big bomber par 3. You do start elevated, so this is a downhill shot. You get that extra distance capability. This hole is birdieable. But it's 472 feet, thrown as far as you can to hopefully get a putt at this basket. The path and beyond on the right side up the hill there is out of bounds. But other than that, you have the entire field to work with, and feel free to throw whatever you want on whatever line you want to get the most distance.
Absolutely. Hole 9, not a lot in the way, 375 feet, but you'll see the basket is up on top of this drainage ditch. So really for here, I feel like you're playing for placement to give yourself the best possible putt so that you're not giving yourself a death putt or, a putt that you're uncomfortable with. If you do happen to go in that drainage ditch, we're going to try and block it off, but you will take a casual relief from that drainage ditch.
Exactly. Hole 10 here is another downhill shot you're going to throw from this dirt path down into this canal here. It's a 410-foot hole, probably plays more like 380, 390, and you're just trying to hyzer into this green to give yourself a putt. Their only out of bounds on this hole is located deep of the basket. Once we get up there, you'll see that there's a road. So road and beyond would be out of bounds. The path is safe, like most other holes that we've mentioned here for.
Hole 11 is going to be our first island hole. Comes in at 250 feet. You can see that slight little path that Cooper is walking by right now. That's going to be the front side of the island. Not a very big island. It's going to be a tough one to hit, but if you do hit it, that's an awesome shot. You're going to have a putt. The drop zone will be off to the right by the path.
And these next few holes really set up kind of the birdie streak where you want to get most of your scoring happening. So hole 12 here is a beautiful, scenic, slightly uphill, straight shot right at the basket. Not a lot of danger here besides all of the out of bounds, deep and left and right, the water feature on the left, the path deep, and the parking lot on the right. But here, just try to get yourself as straight as you can right at that basket. Give yourself a putt.
It's beautiful green. So the reason that we're showing the tee pad here, there's an airport somewhat close by, so I couldn't get the drone from the tee pad. So as you can see, got a wide open field on the right. You're starting up high on a path, and we're kind of throwing downhill towards this blind basket that's about 25-30 feet behind the pine trees. So really you're just going to want to hyzer something in and give yourself a putt.
Yep. This is our shortest and probably one of the strangest holes that we've ever designed and played, but this is a 196-foot par 3 downhill right next to the water feature. Tiny bit of grass, so we actually have elected to have the path there on the left be part of the fairway. Off the path left in the water is out of bounds, but short little hole, and hope everyone gets it.
Oh, yeah. Hole 15 is a beast, 682-foot par 4, and there's going to be 2 Mandos left of some light poles. Where the drone is flying right now is kind of where you want to land off of your drive to give yourself somewhat of a look for a half-decent second shot. As you can see, all these pine trees that we're flying through right now make it really difficult to navigate to the green, which is on this peninsula, and you can see the basket right there up on the rock, and it is surrounded by slopes that go down into the water. This is a tough hole.
That's the signature hole of this course, I would argue.
Oh, yeah.
And
beautiful hole.
There are going to be stories told about this hole for years to come.
Oh, I already have a few stories, I'll tell you what.
Hole 16, it doesn't get easier, I'll tell you what. These last stretch is pretty tough. This is our longest hole, 907 feet. It's a par 5. As we fly over this, you'll see that it is loaded with just random trees along the fairway. This dirt road is kind of the landing zone. If you can get there, if you can get further, even great. And basically, you have a par 5. You've got all this room. You got all the airspace to try to get as much distance on the first 2 or 3 shots here. And you're just navigating around this canal all the way up into this little guarded green here. It's a really nice green right in this little bowl. Try your best to not hit any trees. Try your best not to get stuck behind any of the bushes or trees along the fairway, and you'll give yourself probably a birdie or par look.
Yeah. Hole 17 plays, you can either play around these trees to the right with big hyzer, or you can try to go right up the gut. Plays as a tunnel shot. The path is going to be inbounds, and the basket, you'll see, is in this little nook of grass. And so the only out of bounds on this hole is going to be in the water. If you're left of the water or in the gravel, then you'll be safe.
And finally, hole 18. It's been teased, and we're excited to finally show you what it's going to look like. We have this perfect island green here as part of Snake River Landing property. And how could you not make a hole with this?
Oh, absolutely.
It's just been asking for a hole, right?
Absolutely.
We've kept it short so that all players have the ability to get there. There will be a drop zone along the little walkway that gets to the circle green here. The circle in itself is probably about 45 feet, is my estimation.
Yeah.
So it's a little larger than Circle 1, not quite Circle 2. But yeah, there you go.
There it is. We're super excited to host these two events at Snake River Landing. Beautiful property, and oh yeah, we're both just very excited to be able to host these events, and we're excited for everyone to come out.
And if you are not signed up yet, find a way to get signed up if you can. These are going to be historic events and hopefully the beginning of something that will become a tradition here in Idaho Falls.
All right, thanks for watching, everybody.